Hi, scholars. I'm glad you're back, and I can't wait to work on your fluent reading today. Like I just said, today's focus is on fluency. This is Module 2, Cycle 6, Lesson 29.
Materials!
You'll need your thinking cap to be your most successful self today. Here are our learning targets. Please follow along on the screen as I read. The first one says, I can find regularly spelled high-frequency words in a list of words. Those will be our snap words, of course. Our second learning target says, I can read a text fluently, smoothly, with expression and meaning, rereading and self-correcting when necessary.
Word work!
Let's take a look at our snap and trap chart so that we can sort our words. I know this is familiar to you. Remember that snap words are words that play fair. They're using the spelling patterns that we've learned about and we'd expect to see in the spelling of a word. And then we have our trap words. Those words do not play fair. There's usually something tricky about them, or they use a pattern that we would not expect. Here's the first word. It says then. I hear a short E sound, and it looks like a closed syllable. That's a snap. There it is in the chart. This next word, it says great. Did you hear the long A sound in the middle of that word? What do you think? You're right. This is a trap. We don't see any of our long A spelling patterns in this word, great. Let's put it in the chart. Try this one. It says will. Did you hear the short I with a closed syllable? Looks like we have all of our sounds. That's a snap. Great work. The next word says think. I hear that NK blend at the end with a short I sound. That seems like a snap word. Awesome. Great job with this snap and trap activity.
Transition song!
Can you read this fluently, smoothly with expression, please? Can you read this fluently with expression and with meaning?
Fluency!
Like our learning target said, we'll be focused on fluent reading today. Remember, we're looking for smooth with expression and meaning at just the right speed. We have an excerpt here from the Decodable book from this week. Let's practice our fluent reading together. Listen to me first, and then we'll try again. This is from the Decodable book, Fall Fest at the Park. Are you ready? Look, a big tractor, said James. A big orange tractor from a farm was parked in the dirt. Pat and James ran to the tractor. Kids could get on it. They had to take turns. Oh no, that wasn't right at all. I did read it correctly, but I didn't use my key parts of fluency. Try it again with me. Let's read it smoothly, with expression and meaning, and just the right speed. We'll use the punctuation marks to help us. Are you ready to try again? Let's go. Look, a tractor, said James. A big orange tractor from a farm was parked in the dirt. Pat and James ran to the tractor. Kids could get on it. They had to take turns. Wow, that sounded so much better. Did you notice how we used the exclamation points at the beginning to make our voice sound really excited? I'm sure James and Pat were excited about the tractor. Great work!
Question and answer.
I have some questions so that we can make sure we're understanding the story. Share with us what happened during this part of the story with the tractor. Yes, James was excited to see the tractor and ran to get on it with Pat. My second question, what do we know about James's feelings during this part? Think about how our fluent reading gave us clues. You're right. He was so excited to see the tractor. When we read the second time with fluency, it helped us to communicate what James was feeling in this part of the story. That's so helpful as a reader and as a listener. I'm so proud of you. Now we'll continue practicing that fluent reading as we read the rest of our decodable book. Follow along and read with me. The leaves on the trees were starting to turn many colors. James and Pat could see red leaves, yellow leaves, brown and orange leaves. It was fall. They wanted to go to the Harvest Fest at the park. Can we walk to the park this morning? James asked Grandma. Sure. Have fun and be safe, she said. James and Pat walked to the park. The Harvest Fest was full of fun things to do and see. There were lots of people and colors and smells. Pat and James saw some friends from school there too. Then they saw a farmer's market. The market had fresh eggs, butter, and milk. It also had yellow corn and things that grow on a farm. The market also had many flowers. Pat smelled the yellow and white flowers. That is a daisy, said James. Look, a tractor, said James. A big orange tractor from a farm was parked in the dirt. Pat and James ran to the tractor. Kids could get on it. They had to take turns. Then they saw a big barn. Not a real barn, but a play barn. There was also a real farmer there. He had a goat, a pig, and a rabbit. The kids could pet and feed them. I will be a farmer when I grow up. Will you be a farmer with me? Said Pat to James. I want to be a doctor, but I think you will be a great farmer, he said as they walked home. Wow, I love that story, and I love hearing your fluent reading.
Closing reflection.
What does it look like or sound like to be a proficient reader? Share what you think. Yes, that's right. Reading smoothly, with expression and meaning, and at just the right speed. That's reading with fluency. Remember to practice what we did today when you are reading on your own. I'm glad you joined us and practiced your fluent reading. You sound better every time you read with me. Keep it up. I'll see you next time.